Hi, welcome to rentalleaseagreement.com. Today we're going to look at the standard lease agreement that you will get if you decide to purchase a standard lease agreement from Rental Lease Agreement. So let's take a look here at the agreement. This is what you're going to get. Right now this is in a PDF format. I would say it's much easier to use than the Word document, but if you'd like to use the Word document, you can use the Word document. So let's take a look at the top here. This legal document represents the lease agreement for a term of, say, 12 months, beginning on, say, the first day of June 2012, ending on 31st day of May 2013. This lease agreement is between the landlord, let's call the landlord Chris Scott, with a mailing address of 230 East 24th Street, City of New York, State of New York, New York City, 10010. Hereinafter refer to the premises to. Here we're going to write in the tenant. Let's call this guy Joe Smith. The landlord agrees to lease the premises located at. Let's just say the landlord and the tenant live in the same building. So 230 East 24th Street, the City of New York, State of New York. The same zip code, 10010. The landlord agrees to include furnishings and appliances as described. Let's just say he furnishes the apartment with a coffee maker. What a fabulous landlord this guy is. And if there are any restrictions or said common areas, they are, let's say, the rooftop, because it is dangerous, because it's not furnished. Okay, here we are. Alterations. Tenant may or may not make alterations to the improvements. Let's just say this is not a handicapped apartment, so he may not. Pets. Let's just say this guy's a nice landlord, so let's say he's going to allow pets. Okay. The premises are to be used only as a private residence for the tenants listed in Section 2 of this agreement and the following minor children. Here you're going to want to list how many minor children and write the names of the children. Occupancy by guest for more than number of days is prohibited. Usually if you have a guest for more than 31 days, it's not really normal. So we're going to say 31 days. Tenant shall pay rent to the landlord payable to in the monthly installments of. Let's call this a one bedroom for, let's say, $3,000. It's a very nice apartment. So you're going to want to write 3,000. Payable in the name of, what was this landlord's name again? Chris Scott. So, the payable to Chris Scott. Payments are due on the 1st of every month, not the 5th. Beginning on June 1st. All rent payments shall be sent to 230 East 25th Street in New York. New York. The zip code of 10010. Okay. Prorated first month's rent. Let's say you wanted to move in on May 20th, before the 1st because you were staying in a hotel looking for an apartment because you were new to New York City. And this is 2012. And let's just say you paid $980 for the prorated rent amount for those 11 days. Security deposit, let's say generally you have to pay a 1 month security deposit. Your credit was good, so they're going to let you go on this one, last month's rent. Rent in advance, their credit's good, they're going to let you go on that one. A pet deposit, say you got a little dog, they are going to want $1,000 just in case he rips a beautiful plant in the hallway. If the tenant has paid a deposit or an advancement of rent, okay, here we are going to write down, depending on which state you're in, it's going to be different because the laws are different, but let's just say New York has a 30 days of giving back the rent to the tenant from the landlord. Late charges. Charge tenant fee of, let's just call it $50 for every day after the due date, which is June 1st. Or you can have a percentage down there and just call it 5%. We'll call it, one of those nice, we'll call it 4. Tenant is responsible for the following utility charges. New York City, generally, it's electricity, water, heat is usually included. Say you're going to have internet, you're going to pay for that, and cable. All notices made by the tenant to the landlord must be delivered to the following addresses below. Here, you're going to want to type in maybe the superintendent of the building. If you ever have a problem with, say you clog your toilet, or you have a water problem, faucet problem, the cable's not working, you're going to want to put in the superintendent of the building here, or the landlord, just in case you have a problem. Disclosures. Tenant agrees and acknowledges the disclosures attached to this agreement by filling in their initials below. Okay, the state of New York. Check that. You don't want to check these. Additional. Nope, no additional. Authorization and witness. Here, the landlord's going to sign. Signature, date, as well as the tenant. Print name, sign, date as well. And if there was a licensed real estate agent, broker, or a salesperson involved in the transaction, you're going to want to print his or her name, signature, and date. And that just about wraps it up for the standard lease agreement. I hope you enjoy, and I hope it helps. Thanks for watching.